these people?
Who are these people? All right. This is Welcome to Another Angel in the Afternoon. I'm, of course, Angel Rivera alongside Alex Knight and Miss Witchy Perfect. And I nearly forgot.
Hearing, good to see you tonight. I hope you'll keep my
Yeah.
second dick counter.
Yeah, well, we're live on Substack, YouTube, Kick, Twitch, Rumble, I believe, too. So we're all over the place tonight, as long as most nights here in INN. So yeah, we've had a long week. I have had a long week. So
I
yeah,
had a hard week and a sad week.
I'm sure.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sorry to
no.
hear about your cat. Yeah, I mean
Your
that's
cat
tough.
passed away then?
Yeah, he had to be put down on Tuesday.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
He had
I've lost.
Turns out he had a tumor in his stomach, and there was nothing he could do. So
That's why he was, slow, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah,
Or slower.
Pets.
Okay.
yeah.
Losing pets is tough. So yeah, I've lost a dog a few years ago myself, so it's tough. But
I still have my other cat with me, but I worry if it could possibly happen next month. They're both 15, so
yeah.
Oh, so they're like pretty old then.
yeah, and we've had them ever since they were kittens. So
Hmm.
so yeah,
That makes me fear my Aphrodite. She's 13. She'll be 14 this year.
Yeah.
So she's getting up there in age. She's the old lady of the group. Now the other two are like 6 and 4. So I'll have them for at least a while. But Aphrodite has always been the old lady of the group, and she was like one of the second ones I rescued from and don't laugh because this actually happened. I got her at a pet shop that was literally right beside a Chinese restaurant. Yeah. So, I mean, you can't make that up.
yeah.
Whoops. Yeah. So yeah, we got plenty to talk about this week. Before we let me see. Before we get to that, we got this weekend. Unfortunately, we plan on doing the show Sunday at 7, but we have a big snowstorm coming in over the weekend, as everybody knows. Especially here in the Northeast, at least. So.
And we got the NFL championship games too.
Yeah, that's true. So
I just hope the Patriots lose. I don't want them down.
Yeah, so hopefully, if there's no freezing rain or our power doesn't go out, we should be able to do the show on Sunday. But if not, it's gonna be done next week.
Yeah.
Or whenever our power gets turned back on.
Right. Yeah. That's something I fear too, because, because I have a new job now, literally it's going to be like, even though I live very close, I live technically within walking distance. I don't know what we're going to do if I can't. I mean, my boss is nice enough to that. Well, he's like, you know what, you have a kid, just enjoy the day off and enjoy the snow. But the last time we had a snowstorm like this, I mean, my ex had to get a path, make his own path out of the house, so yeah. Unfortunately, little brother, you have no idea what the hell we're talking about because you live in sunny California. Well, trust me, it's
well, I've been to Big Bear.
Okay. And honestly, when the blizzard of 96, when you and I, Angel, were both 10, well, you would have been 9, almost 10. I was 10 already, I think, or I would have been 10 in April. And boy, we had a snowstorm where it literally snowed for a whole week and nobody went nowhere. I was out of school for 2 weeks straight. And I had to, I remember that was so brutal because we had to go to school till the middle of June. Couldn't even go to the freaking pool. That totally
I
sucked.
remember. Apparently, this blizzard coming in is supposed to be comparable to that 96 storm, but
that's probably why I mean, no one went anywhere. We were building snow forts in the middle of the road because no one went anywhere.
Yeah. So let's see.
Thank the goddess we didn't lose any power. Like we had power and stuff, but
yeah, that's
brutal.
That's what I'm worried about. Because I don't want to lose power.
Like, one of the things we could talk
Battery
about.
powered heaters.
One of the things we could talk about, like maybe more towards the end of the show, would be maybe the fire, the what is it? The disaster that is Ubisoft. I'm sure you heard the news, Angel. I think it was yesterday.
No, I missed that.
They canceled 6 games, and
Oh.
they delayed the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake, and they're doing another change in their program or whatever it is. If you look it up, you'll see what I mean.
Could they play football in 18 inches of snow? I'm just curious.
Yeah, they play in all kinds of weather.
Oh yeah,
18 inches?
18 inches. Well, okay. Maybe if it's all big snow, then probably isn't. They would probably have to clean that up. But
Right.
no, even if it's snowing, you have to still play. So.
Well, yeah, I know that. Like, you hardly can see the lines, and they still play.
Yeah.
Like, how did he get a touchdown? I didn't even see the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll play through anything. I figured that we can real quick I'll go over this and then I'll move on. I thought it was pretty funny.
Well,
Anyways,
I can't see. It's black to me.
What do you mean it's black?
Yeah, it's black. I don't see.
Yeah, like we don't see what you're looking at.
Yeah.
How do you not see it? Hold on. That's weird. I hate this.
Man, your computer really hates you.
Now we got it.
Oh god.
All right. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. That's stupid. Yeah,
Donald Trump is in the house.
The White House is as part of America's 250th anniversary this year. The administration is planning a big UFC card. It airs June 14th, which is I think it's Saturday. Be later this year, and Pat McAfee has gotten permission to call the show pretty much. Let's see. Dana White and the Trump administration have concocted a UFC card this June that figures to be one of the most unusual sports spectacles of all time. And there's no better host suited for that particular action than Pat McAfee. During an interview,
no better host? Really?
Yeah. During an interview with White on Thursday's episode of the Pat McAfee Show, the host revealed a personal conversation with President Donald Trump during college football playoff title game earlier this week. While broadcasting the game on the field, his Field Pass Altcast, McAfee received an invite from the president to visit him in his suite. There's a lot going on there.
So he could suck his dick? I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, invited up to the suite at halftime. I'm literally calling the game from the field, so we get a text message from Secret Service. Clear the path for McAfee to quickly get upstairs at halftime, at which point McAfee got some FaceTime with the president after hosting him for an interview last Veterans Day. He stands up and I go, Mr. President, thank you so much for coming on the show. We are very grateful. It was huge, McAfee said on the show Thursday. Then I started talking about the White House fight, and I said to him, we would love to be able to do the show from the White House for the fight. The president gave the thumbs up, said yes, so McAfee is going to go to the White House.
Jimmy Dore said, it's a fucking clown show.
Yeah. In McAfee and White's version, the president eagerly approved of the idea, setting McAfee up to broadcast live from 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue in less than 5 months. The June 14th card is slated to be a part of America's 250th anniversary festivities, celebrating the quarter millennium anniversary of the country before the FIFA World Cup sits down on the country. White said that he will start crafting the card this month and will be planning for McAfee to be there. The main event is supposed to feature Conor McGregor in his first UFC fight since 2021. Well, we'll see if that happens. I mean, Conor McGregor hasn't fought in years, but let's see.
Who the fuck
Despite
is that guy?
despite going to great lengths to profess the celebratory unifying spirit he tries to bring to a show, McAfee appears eager to participate in what is likely to be a fiercely pro-Trump, politicized night of fights. America is 250 years old. It's a long time being a country, and not often sports with White House happens, except when the championship teams go there. Obviously, didn't get a chance to do that. So there you go. The White House and UFC or Dana White are serious about having a slate of fights at the White House lawn. I would guess it would happen.
So what I don't
And
understand is when Aaron Rodgers was on his show like a couple of years ago or something and brought up that Jimmy Kimmel's part of the Epstein list. Obviously, Pat had no problem with him saying that, but now Pat doesn't mind being with a pedophile and someone who was with Jeffrey Epstein.
Exactly. They're all pedophiles, guys. I mean, to be honest, this is like Secret Service is like, will you blow the president? Send. Yes, I will blow the president. I'll be right up. I mean, Jesus Christ, why'd you just give him a fucking blowjob while you're up there? For fuck's sake.
It's like all your presidents belong to us.
Exactly. Yes. I mean, it's disgusting. It's literally a bunch of pedophiles hanging out with each other. Now I guess you can put McAfee as a pedophile on that list.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be returning WWE soon to do the commentary for WrestleMania, I would guess.
Please don't.
I said supposed to be because he's supposed to be there last year. He barely appeared at all. So
And get ready for WrestleMania at Vegas again. And next year in Saudi Arabia.
Thanks, no thanks. Well, they're going to have Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Yeah. On my mom's birthday, the 31st. So that's a couple weeks from now.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Yeah.
And so on the exact
It's
date
my
of her
sister's
birthday.
today. She turns 36.
Okay. No.
Happy birthday to who?
Yeah.
My sister.
Your sister. Happy birthday to your sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
36. Damn,
why...
I'm 39. I'll be 40 this year.
I'm going to be 35 in March. So.
Oh, shut up. Shut up.
I am.
I'm going to be 40 in April. So.
Okay.
I'll be 40 in August. So
all right. You'll be 40.
Trump. So I kind of discussed this. I think what was it? Wednesday. I did an episode. I was testing my software. It was Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah. So I
was at work and I'm like, "What are you doing live?"
Yeah, I was testing my software, OBS. So I probably will switch to OBS probably next week episodes. I'll let you guys know for sure. So because we're gonna have to do the links in a different way. So I'll let you guys know how that works. But
Okay.
For now, let's just talk about this. Trump slaps tariffs on European states opposed to take over Greenland. By the way, out of this, it's old because Trump has basically come to a deal with NATO over Greenland. Do I have an article? This is a lot of.
Remember all this neoliberals were talking about? Oh, Trump doesn't like NATO or whatever they said over the years.
Yeah, I know Trump doesn't like NATO. You know what? This is old. I mean, I got to look at the new article. But meanwhile, while I look at it, we'll talk about this because a lot of that is just like really old.
I still thought it was ridiculous in one of the speeches Trump had when he was talking about tariffs. I don't know if you saw it, but he was like, tariffs. You know, it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
I love it. All the MAGA people are like, oh, he's going to give everyone $2,000. I went, yeah, okay.
Yeah, do you not remember what Joe Biden did?
Yeah, what did I do? Yeah, so that's
and not only that, but everyone making. Sorry, Angel. One last thing. So everyone making what is it, $200,000 or less will literally have to tax all that back because they are gonna fuck you. So if you get that $2,000, even if you do get that $2,000, you're still fucked in the end.
Did you see Kieran's reply?
Trump went full suck a dick. Then swallowed. Yes, CBC, my birthday actually is on 4/20.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did mention that before.
Yeah, I'm a 4/20 baby, and I don't even smoke.
I don't either.
But that doesn't mean you guys can. Please light one up for me.
Well.
Oh,
yeah,
also,
so
if I could have Angel back on my show, you little brother, of course, are welcome. and I want to try to get Kit back on for a birthday celebration because Kurt Hennig would have been 68, I think, this year on March 28th.
Yeah, I would.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be able to do that. So this, I thought this was pretty like I chuckled at this article. So
yeah, she's a traitor,
because it's
right?
just
She's a fucking traitor.
Naive of her. She's ridiculously naive of her. Scheinbaum says President of Mexico, Claudia Scheinbaum says she's received written assurance. Yeah, she's received written assurances that there will be no military flights over U.S. military flights over Mexico. She made the remarks after AA warned you of U.S. military activity over Mexico. In efforts to quell concerns that U.S. bombs will soon be falling on Mexico, President Claudia Scheinbaum said he received assurances from Washington that there will be no over Mexico. Yeah, I'm sure that you can ask Maduro how that turned out. On Monday, Scheinbaum.
What is going on?
On Monday, Scheinbaum explained that she's received written assurances from the U.S. that no military flights will be taking place over Mexico.
I'm sure it was a politely worded letter.
Yeah. That Washington pledged to inform Mexico City of any military operations before they take place. Washington pledge. That's good enough. As long as you promise to tell me when you're going to do military strikes.
The word.
I still can't believe that the sitting president for Venezuela after Trump kidnapped Maduro, she was like, I'm still willing to work with Trump. Like, are you fucking... Ugh.
I mean, yeah, that's exactly what Maduro was trying to do. He was still trying to work with Trump, and look what happened to him.
Yeah.
This is just bullshit. This is all propaganda. Oh, they gave me their word. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you gave me your word. Shut up.
Man, Trump really played... He really placed them like a fiddle, or he,
No, it's that, and it's also they're afraid of Trump actually following through on his bombing promises, which he did in Venezuela, which is why even though they don't want it, I try to. It's hard for me to defend them, but at the same time, that's what thinking. It's like, okay, let me bend the knee to Trump.
We need to invade Israel and do a regime change over there.
I agree, but just be careful because they'll come after you if you say that.
Well, they were, yeah.
You'll hear a knock at your door.
Scheinbaum remarks followed warnings from Federal Aviation Administration to civilian aircraft to watch for military from Mexico and parts of Central and South America. The FAA issued a similar advisory before the U.S. attacked Venezuela and kidnapped President Nicolas Maduro, which they did, which is why there was fears that the U.S. would bomb Mexico, just like it did Venezuela. President Donald Trump has pressed Scheinbaum to allow the U.S. to conduct military operations to cartels in Mexico. She has repeatedly refused to permit any foreign military actions inside of Mexico. It says ministry, but it should say military. Ministry, that makes no sense. But whatever, it says ministry. Multiple outlets have reported that the U.S. is preparing to conduct military operations inside of Mexico, including strikes on suspected drug labs and raids targeting cartels. Under Trump, the U.S. has several Mexican cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. The White House has just on suspected drug boats in the Caribbean by arguing that the vessels were operated by cartels designated as narco-terrorist groups. So there you go. Claudia Scheinbaum is willing to
put those people in not her, but the whole, the U.S. government put those cartels in business.
Yeah.
This whole say no to drugs bullshit. Fuck you.
Yep. I went through the DARE program as a kid. I mean, I'm old enough to remember that. If you're our age, you remember that program in school.
Yeah, I do.
So I had the T-shirt and everything. I don't know. That was 30 years ago, but still, they gave us a T-shirt and stuff like that. So
I just said I made it to. Well, my mom was making my life a living hell. Why do I need drugs to do that? Right? Because I believe the propaganda and the bullshit. But
yeah. So this is pretty much an updated story. Greenland. Initially, Trump was threatening tariffs and he was threatening military action against Greenland in order to take the country entirely, which and this is just my opinion, this is not the opinion of INN, not the opinion of anybody on this panel, but my personal opinion, I was like, please take Greenland. Why? Because and I was thinking, come on, end NATO. Just take Greenland, Trump. Come on, just take it. So we can finally end NATO, because NATO is, NATO's a danger to the world.
But it
didn't
I doubt
happen.
that would happen.
Oh no, I know, but I'm just saying, if Trump would have taken Greenland by force, that probably would have been the end of NATO, because most of Denmark's part of NATO. So what are you going to do? Invoke Article 5 and start a war with the U.S.? I mean, the U.S. would crush NATO.
Right.
So that would end the NATO right there. I knew it wouldn't happen, but still, I was like, please.
Nah, he's too far
NATO,
up their ass to,
Greenland.
he's sucking their dick and then coming on themselves. So, I mean, it's not going to happen.
I know, but I was just thinking, please take Greenland, so NATO would be destroyed. But no, there's a deal apparently with Trump and the head of NATO. Greenland's premier says he doesn't know what's agreed between Trump and NATO. So yeah, unfortunately, Greenland's prime minister, premier, you have no say. You're not even a country. You're technically a part of Denmark, so you have no say. So nobody has to let you know anything. Nielsen reiterates that Greenland's stance remains unchanged, stressing that no one other than Greenland and Denmark can make agreements on their behalf. Let's see. Greenland's Prime Minister Jens Fredrik Nielsen, not like Nielsen ratings, but Nielsen, has said that he does not know what the U.S. President Donald Trump and NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte agreed on regarding Greenland, referring to a framework for a deal related to the Danish territory the U.S. is interested in. Speaking at a press conference in Nuuk on Thursday, Nielsen said, in relation to the agreement, I do not know what specifically is in it, but I do know that we now have a working group that is working on a solution.
The fuck does that mean?
I don't know. It's like double
it
talk.
Means
it's
we're
literally
fucked.
what it is.
That's what it means.
Yeah. He has no say. I mean, because Greenland's not a country; it's a territory of Denmark. It's left of Denmark's empire, so it's like he's reiterated that Greenland's stance remains unchanged, stressing that nobody other than Greenland and Denmark can make agreements on their behalf. The Prime Minister said representatives from Greenland and Denmark met Rutte a few days ago and reiterated the red lines, national integrity, borders, and international rules. By the way, the Europe, the EU, Denmark, they're all hypocrites on this, because they were perfectly fine with Trump invading Maduro. They're perfectly fine with the bombings of Iran. They're perfectly fine with all of Trump's imperialism. He comes to Greenland, they all melt down. They all have a big freak out. Like, it's not supposed to be it's supposed to be the brown people. Oh wait, I said brown people out loud. Oh, yeah, it's only for brown people. It's not for us whites. Come on, Trump. We're all white here. We're all white empires, or wannabe empires in Europe, at least.
Yeah, like I said, doesn't matter your skin color anymore. You'll own nothing, be happy, and eat bugs.
No, yeah. Well, Trump doesn't give a shit, but I'm just saying, the Europeans thought, like, come on, not us. It's not supposed to happen to us. Go do it to the Browns in Middle East and down there in Latin America. That's fine. Don't do it to us, though. He also has criticized the U.S. rhetoric on the issue, calling it "quote unquote" unacceptable. I don't think Trump's that bothered by that. So let's see. Nielsen also noted he believes Greenland and the U.S. can rebuild a good relationship. So here you go again, just bending the knee and putting out his hand like, yes, sir, Mr. President, whatever you want.
Man, Trump really
I'll suck your dick. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Trump really has them by the balls.
I mean, he really loves sucking. I mean, they love sucking his dick. And what are they going to do if we, like, I'm part of the government. If the government takes Greenland, I mean, there's really nothing no one can say about it.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do.
Man, shut the fuck up with that bullshit.
Is that Franklin?
Yeah. That's Franklin. But of course, it's difficult when you hear threats every single evening. Imagine what it's been like as a Greenlander. Peaceful people in Greenland hear every day that someone wants to take away your freedom, he added. Rutte and Trump met on Wednesday on the sidelines of the World Economic Forum in Davos, to declare, in Davos. The U.S. president later announced, by the way, I did cover on Wednesdays Trump's speech at Davos. I mean, he like, what? he's like sleepy Joe Biden now. I mean, he's not crazy. He's not like he has dementia, but he's definitely not what he was 10 years ago.
I'm trying to get the country together, and
The U.S. president later announced that a framework for a potential deal involving Greenland and the broader Arctic region had been established. He's also dropped the threat to impose tariffs on European countries that oppose his acquisition bid. So that was earlier in the week. I was going to cover this, where Trump was trying to start a trade war over Greenland and also Canada. He got into a fight with Canada over the Arctic region too. So it's like all that's now ended apparently. So I had to change the entire show pretty much.
Bring up
as part of it.
a court lord's response or reply. It's
Trump's favorite dish at Bubba's Roadhouse is the tube steak. It's pronounced Ruta. Like, which one? Like, am I reading something wrong?
Did she step out?
I think she stepped out. Yeah, her microphone's off. She'll be back. The U.S. president has shown interest in Greenland because of its location, rich mineral resources, and concerns about increasing Russian and Chinese influence in the region. Denmark and Greenland have rejected proposals to sell the territory, reaffirming Danish sovereignty over the land. Iceland. Yeah. Thank you. Let's see. So that's the update. Pretty much, Trump's deal with Greenland. The details weren't there, so hold on. Let me see whether I can find the details. Trump, because I gotta show you. These details are just hilarious. Let's see. So I'll just go with the first one here because. Oops, hold on. Oops, that's too big. That's enough. Hold on. There you go. Let's see. I'm on the wrong one. There you go. So let's see. Lady Alex says enough with the penis references. Time for references. There you go. Let's see. CNBC. Are they CNBC? Because I know MSNBC went to NBC, MS Now, or whatever.
CNBC, yeah.
Because their logos changed even, so that's why it's kind of confusing. President Donald Trump on Wednesday said, and he and NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte, whatever, formed the framework of a future deal with respect to Greenland. Trump said the result of that negotiation, he would no longer impose punitive tariffs on the slew of European countries that were set to begin on February 1st. In an interview with CNBC's Joe Kiernan, minutes after the posting of the statement, Trump described the Greenland framework as a concept of a deal, quote unquote. Asked for more details about the proposal, Trump said it's a little bit complex, so we'll explain it down the line. Trust me, well. But he suggested the framework involved mineral rights for the U.S., as well as Trump administration proposed Golden Dome missile defense system, which again, it's impractical, but Trump is still trying to build it. All it's going to do is get defense contractors a shit ton of money, and then they're going to tell him, Mr. President, it's unfeasible. So keep all the money, though. We'll keep all the billions of dollars you gave us, but it's unfeasible.
Like you can actually build it. Trump, we are not worthy. We are not worthy.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna tell him it's unfeasible once he take all our taxpayer money from that. They're going to be involved in a Golden Dome, and they're going to be involved in mineral rights, and so are we. Trump told Kiernan. Asked to confirm that tariffs next month, Trump said, "No, we took that off because it looked like we have pretty much the concept of a deal." Read Trump's entire announcement when he posted on Truth Social.
Yeah, no thanks.
It's not that. Yeah, so pretty much it's the same thing Michael says, but he thanks. Further information will be made available as discussions progress. Vice President J.D. Vance, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, and various others as needed will be responsible for the negotiations and will report directly to me. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America. All in capitals, by the way. So I didn't show it because it doesn't matter, but yeah, that's basically Witkoff, J.D. Vance, Marco Rubio will be in charge.
There you are.
Yeah, sorry, I had to blow my nose.
Go
I'm not
ahead.
going to do that online. That's nasty.
Steph, Lady Alex has she would like you to stop bringing up penis references and bring up vagina.
Well, I'm
references.
sorry there, Lady Alex, but I don't like eating vaginas. I like to suck dicks, thanks. Oh, add one to the list.
All right, so
Actually, I only suck one dick, and that's my husband's.
Let's see. So yeah, U.S. military art. This is funny. This is the U.S. military archbishop, which is the representative of the Catholic Church in the U.S. military. So they have an archbishop in the U.S. military. So, but he says, or he claims, quote, morally acceptable to disobey attack on Greenland. So the Archdiocese for the U.S. Military Services, Timothy says that Catholic personnel could refuse Trump's orders on moral grounds. So, by the way, guys talk about the bombings of Iran or the bombings of Venezuela or the bombings of
Gaza.
what other country? Gaza, yeah, or
Gaza, Syria,
Nigeria, Syria. There's so many
Somalia.
countries Trump has bombed, but Somalia, yeah, that I forget. He didn't say anything about those, but all of a sudden, when it comes to Greenland, no. I mean, you don't have to follow those orders. I mean, it's you can eject on moral grounds. Archbishop Timothy Bergoglio, head of the Archdiocese for the military, warned that U.S. troops could refuse an order to attack Greenland on grounds of conscience. Speaking on the BBC Sunday program, he said Catholic service members could be put in a situation where they are ordered to do something that's morally questionable. While acknowledging it would be difficult to defy a direct order, he maintained that within the realm of their own conscience, it would be morally acceptable to disobey. So, but I didn't hear him say that about any other country they've attacked.
Yeah, so what are you going to do about it, huh?
So
It's
now all of a sudden Greenland's an issue.
What are you going to do about it, huh? What are you going to do about it?
Exactly.
What are you going to do about it? You ain't going to do nothing. You know?
Bergoglio's remarks follow inflammatory comments from President Donald Trump threatened to seize Greenland after being passed over for a 2025 Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh, go fuck yourself, Trump.
Trump told Norway's
go suck a dick.
He wrote a letter to Norway's president or prime minister saying that pretty much that, hey, I mean, because you passed me over for a Nobel Peace Prize, I gotta take Greenland now to satisfy my ego. He didn't say it like that, but that's pretty much what he said in his letter. So to Norway's prime minister.
Yeah, you're supposed to suck my dick, aren't you? And give me all these Nobel Peace Prize, even though he doesn't have peace in his vocabulary.
Well, there's a reason why he's mad because Obama got a Nobel Peace Prize and he didn't.
Yeah,
that's why he's mad. It's not like, well, Obama bombed the shit out of all these minority brown countries too. He got one. Why did I get one? And he's not wrong. You think of it like that. Obama got a Nobel Peace Prize.
Lady Alex, I do something unconventional. I go, and then I swallow. It's what my man likes, so I do it.
Trump told Norway's prime minister that he would now think about improper for the United States and that the world is not secure unless America has complete control of the island. He insisted Denmark cannot defend the territory from Russia and China, drawing condemnation from European governments. Bergoglio, whose archdiocese ministers the Catholic service members, condemned the right of Greenland, saying it's a territory of Denmark, and Denmark is an ally. So it does not seem really reasonable that the United States would attack.
Every time I hear him say they're an ally, that just means they're an enemy in real life.
Yeah, I mean he recalled issuing a statement in December denouncing a U.S. strike on suspected drug boat and insisting that the moral principles forbidding international killing of non-combatants is inevitable. Any assault on Greenland, he warned, doesn't seem necessary, doesn't seem acceptable, and would violate the proper moral way to respond to crises. Such rhetoric, he added, tarnishes America's image abroad. The president language marks a sharp break from diplomatic norms. He argued that the world is not secure because America has total control of the Greenland, even though the island belongs to NATO ally Denmark. European governments have denounced the threats of potential armed occupation in an affront to Danish sovereignty. I didn't hear Europe get angry about Venezuela sovereignty when we kidnapped Maduro, but again,
Or Gaza sovereignty, who's been literally been their land has been taken over by Israel. And they're just like, oh, people are still here, like what we did to the Native Americans. Oh, people are here. Oh, well, get the fuck off. Now, this is our land, you know.
Roman Catholic leaders in Rome shares Bergoglio's concerns. Cardinal Pietro Parolin, the Vatican Secretary of State, said solutions by force cannot be employed and warned that reliance on force will always lead closer to a conflict. In Greenland, anxiety mixes with resolve. F. Thomas Luke's Church of Christ the King said locals regard the threat with a mix of worry and quiet determination, seeing it as not as political debate but a matter of safety, dignity, and peace, since resents outsiders speaking of their home as if their property on a market. Yet they remain confident in that it is in their right to decide their future. He urged Europeans to pray for the island and remember that Greenland is not a chess piece, but a people with a culture, dignity, and future dreams.
Yeah, that'll work. Hey,
unfortunately, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, it is a chess piece for America and for Europe.
And praying is going to work because that works for everything. Look, these people don't see you as human, okay? If you are poor, it doesn't even have to be in America. And you could be rich too, or what they call rich. People don't care. The ultra wealthy do not see you as wealthy. They see you as a cockroach. You will own nothing, be happy, and eat $60. It doesn't matter. And praying ain't gonna fucking do nothing. I was talking to a Christian today about, I consider Jesus a male witch. He's like, yeah, but he got his power from God. Well, where did God get his power? From Mother Earth the last time I checked, right?
Golden Monarch says it's sad that some hippies grew out of that and then Silicon Valley crooks and or warmongers. Exactly. Well, the main one is Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was kind of like a hippie, but then became one of the biggest CEOs in Silicon Valley with Apple. But
yes,
Steve Jobs is the main one.
And with Bill Gates at his side for at least a small period of time, they literally hate poor people. They do not like you. They hate you. They do not want you to exist. So again, fuck your freedoms. They don't care about your freedoms. Again, what was Jimmy Dore saying from the movie Network? There are no countries, just the systematic transactions of dollars. That's it. They don't care. They don't care if you live or died. All they care about is that you will do as the wealthy say, and if you don't like it, well, I guess you can suck a dick and die.
Yep. Bergoglio stands
to make Lady Alex happy, you can eat a cunt and die. There you
go. Underscores the tension between political directive and conscience. Under U.S. military law, service members are required to refuse unlawful orders. And Catholic teaching forbids obeying immoral. His criticism of aggressive rhetoric echoes the Vatican's call for multilateral solutions and Greenlanders' plea for dignity and peace. As Trump vows to think about what's good and proper for the United States and seeks total control over Greenland, church leaders insist that the moral cost cannot be ignored. So Trump, that's all Trump's ultimately backpedaled from taking military control over Greenland. But yeah, pretty much we're going to have more control of Greenland. We're going to have more control over the resources at the very least. So
that's all this is about. That's all they want. They don't really want Greenland. They just literally want the resources that come out of the ground, and then they want to destroy their economy. They want to make poor people literally, you own nothing, be happy, and eat $60. Again, no countries, only dollars, only the systematic transition of dollars. That's it. They don't care about you.
Lady Alex says many of them got upset due to the draft, but they showed their real selves by becoming yippies in the 80s and are shitlibs today.
Mm-hmm.
That's I can consider that pretty accurate. 1 and 10 for the other one. So, let's see. Ukraine reports 200,000 soldiers going AWOL, and 2 million Ukrainians avoiding conscription. Originally published at judgenap.com and reprinted with permission. Let's see. The Ukrainian military reveals some of his struggle to get men in uniform and reign on the front lines. I want to be a populist. I want to be a realist. The defense minister Mikhailo Fedorov said.
Get the fuck out then.
The Ministry of Defense is coming into my hands with a $6.7 million shortfall. 2 million Ukrainians who were wanted and 200,000 who went AWOL. Ukrainasha Pravda reports that the number of desertions is significantly higher, nearly 300,000. The Russian invasion of Ukraine has turned into a 4-year-long war of attrition. As a much larger country, Russia has slowly been winning the conflict. Ukraine's manpower issues had been previously documented, but a public admission from the top official is rare. Ukraine has attempted to fill its ranks by barring men from living and conscripting all males between the ages 25 and 60. Ukraine is also facing a massive shortfall. The EU has attempted to exploit frozen Russian assets held in Europe to fund Kyiv, but has failed to agree on how to execute the scheme. Yeah, we covered that too, where the EU is trying to steal Russian money in order to fund Ukraine for a couple more years before the war eventually ends. And because Ukraine will run out of money, and unless Washington keeps funding them, this war is going to end one way or another. So let's see here. Yeah,
all you MAGA people, this is what you fucking voted for.
This is not what I voted for.
Let's see. There are probably pics out there, hippie Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump.
Don't do
it. Let's see.
Board of Peace? Trump. What the fuck is that? There's no peace in Gaza.
Remember we covered this at the time when they came to that alleged peace deal or ceasefire deal, which included a board of peace. This is like a month or two ago when we covered that. But now Trump is actually
join the Gaza Board of Peace. Well, let me tell you something. That's bullshit propaganda because there is no peace in Gaza.
No.
So Trump invites Putin to join Gaza Board of Peace. Netanyahu also receives an invitation, by the way. So
yeah, go fuck yourself, Netanyahu.
Russia and Israel, the latest governments asked to join President Donald Trump's expanding quote-unquote Board of Peace. He says will implement his plan for God to mediate conflicts worldwide. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov confirmed Monday that Russian President Vladimir Putin has received the invitation, even as Russia's nearly 4-year war in Ukraine continues. Israel has also been invited, but the office of the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu offered no comments on whether it will participate. While France was a recent invitee, close to the French President Emmanuel Macron said the country would decline Trump's invitation. According to the report, France does not intend at this stage to give a favorable response to the request, adding that the charter goes beyond the framework of Gaza alone. It raises major questions, particularly regarding the respect for the principles of structure of the United Nations, which must under no circumstances be called into question.
What they were really discussing about is that AI, what they want to turn Gaza into is, that AI video that Trump shared on Twitter.
Which is Israel, right? They're going to expand Israel. They're doing everything they said that Putin would do. They're doing what Hitler did, which was he expanded Germany, right? That's exactly what they did. And Lady Alex, I agree. If the shit libs if Kamala or Coppola or whatever the fuck her name is, if Miss Bitch had gotten into the White House, it would have been the same thing.
Yeah.
I just mean this is what MAGA literally wanted.
You got Tom Kelly over at Substack. Indy is also over at Substack. Hey, how you doing?
Angel, you might also want to go over the video of Kyle Kowinski freaking out, wanting impeachment over Trump.
I mean, that's an everyday thing for him, but I don't know which one you're referring to in particular. That's pretty much an everyday thing as far as I know.
Did you share?
Oh, that one?
He's Kukulinski. He likes to suck cocks now.
The Board of Peace is a 3-tier structure created to supervise Gaza's demilitarization and reconstruction under a 20-point plan Trump unveiled last September, which we covered at the time. Go back in our archive if you haven't seen it. It would be chaired by the president and would elevate U.S. and European figures such as Secretary of State Marco Rubio and former British Prime Minister Tony Blair, while relegating Palestinian representatives to the municipal level. Legal scholars and human rights advocates said that the design marginalizes Palestinians and entrenches Western and Israeli interests. Oh, you don't say, legal scholars. Obviously, that's the whole intent of this, is to marginalize the Palestinians and basically put white Western Europeans in charge of Gaza, Israelis, or to be fair, Ukrainians. A lot of Israel's prime ministers from Ukraine. But
Actual Lord, what do you mean? What do you mean by Crystal has a huge hog?
A huge dick.
Oh,
that's my guess. That's my guess. But he can speak for himself. I'm sure.
Oh, give me the dick, mommy.
Peskov-
Give me the dick, mommy.
Peskov said Moscow was seeking to clarify all the nuances of Trump's offer. Putin has lauded Trump's attempt to broker ceasefires, but the invitation arrives as Russian forces train and as Moscow's relations with Israel deteriorate over the Gaza assault. News agencies have reported that Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko is also on the invite list, highlighting his eclectic mix of states Trump hopes to enlist. So there's a lot of these leaders that Trump's invited to be a part of the board of
Putin's
peace.
a madman, and we got to stop him.
Right.
Yeah, and now under the new administration, the Trump administration is like, hey, let's do the board of peace.
Dick, goose.
Yeah.
Instead of duck, goose.
Cox count 11.
That's right,
Jesus.
Cox.
Netanyahu's office subsequently said that the announcement of the Gaza Executive Board, the body subordinate to the Board of Peace, was not coordinated with Israel and ran contrary to government policy. The Prime Minister's office objected to the board's composition, yet a source told Haaretz the public rebuke was largely performative and that Netanyahu had been aware of the planning. Of course he was. Well, you think Trump isn't telling Netanyahu what he's doing with this Board of Peace?
As he's sucking his dick? I mean, come on. Yeah. They suck dick all the time. And they tell each other their plans.
Of course it's performative.
They're like this.
Yeah,
the report
that's what
also
Trump did recently.
What, this?
The report added that
flipping off that Ford worker or whatever that was.
That's because he knows he's a pedophile protector. He is a pedophile too.
The report added that the U.S. official responded that the Gaza Initiative is Washington's project and can't really go against us. Far-right Israeli finance minister Bezalel Smotrich has taken the opposition further. Speaking to settlers,
Smotrich. I guess, I don't know.
Speaking to settlers in the West Bank, he thanked Trump for securing hostage releases. The plan in Gaza was, quote, is quote unquote bad and must be shelved. Smotrich urged Netanyahu to dismantle the U.S.-led civil military coordination center in Kiryat Gat established war planning, arguing that the foreign staff from countries like Egypt and Britain undermined Israel's security. He demanded that Hamas be giving a brief ultimatum to disarm before Israeli forces stormed the Strip and imposed directions, rejecting any role for Turkish or Qatari officials. So Smotrich is even further right than Netanyahu here. Is let's just have the IDF invade and just take direct control of Gaza. It's fine. You don't have to listen to the U.S.
I thought they already did that. I mean, for fuck's sake, Gaza's in shambles.
Yeah.
This rejection, along with the proposed board-leading Palestinian representation, has received criticism from Jerusalem. The White House says the plan has now moved into the second phase. Yet Hamas points out that Israel has not fulfilled earlier commitments, such as opening the Rafah crossing and allowing temporary housing. While Israel argues that Hamas still has not returned the remains of it.
Yeah, you want to know why Israel's still not releasing any hostages or whatever.
Yeah, and it's not returned the remains of an Israeli soldier. So Israel's arguing that we can't follow through our agreement because Hamas still hasn't returned a Israeli soldier. One, not multiple, one. So we don't know which one it is, or we don't know what.
They're making that up. There is no Israel soldier. They're just making that shit up.
No, but I'm shocked that there's an Israeli soldier. It's one,
But I want to say this, just like last week, if you guys literally get up to 4, we're going to make it 50 likes this time. And you can't cheat and use a VPN. That doesn't work, Max. If Max ever sees this. It has to be legit.
It reduced the likes by a lot.
50 likes, and Mrs. Witchy goes topless again. So
yeah,
50 likes.
Yeah,
No. This time to some hot lesbian action. Hey,
well, first,
well,
I'm not a
now-
lesbian, and second, I don't have another woman with me. That would work.
Yeah, well, right now we had 17, but yeah, it took away a lot of those likes because I remember ending off at 48, but then by the next day it's down to 34.
And Max,
34,
Max admitted that he was using a VPN, so he could do as many likes as he wanted. I love that.
Yeah, YouTube noticed eventually and like reduced those likes by a lot. But yeah, I appreciate it though. Peskov's acknowledgement of Russia's invitation, coupled with Smotrich's call to shut down the coordination center, it illustrates how Trump's initiative has become a lightning rod. Critics argue that recruiting leaders enmesh in wars from Ukraine into the Middle East while sidelighting Gazans themselves risk entrenching conflicts rather than resolving them. As bombardment and blockade continues in the enclave, the idea of a peace panel dominated by foreign and pro-Israeli interests underscores the chasm between diplomatic spectacle and the lived reality of Palestinians. So,
I mean, to be honest, Sean, I know you said the funky butt loving. Don't knock natal. Don't knock anal until you tried it. Okay, I do it with my man, and I mean, I kind of like it.
Wasn't it Scott Steiner who said butt sucking?
Butt sucking. Yeah, he didn't know what to say. He was kind of like butt sucking, and I'm like, what?
English.
That's right.
Yeah. He was
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. So since we're on Israel, I'm like, let me go to this.
Well, I got on Israel. Y'all can be on Israel.
NFL athlete fined over Palestinian solidarity message since he started Israel.
Kraft, the Patriots owner, he supports Israel, so that's why the Patriots.
Yeah, of course.
The fucking Texans.
Well, that's why.
And
literally, this is what it comes down to. The NFL is fixed anyway, so it doesn't matter. And if you even think about breathing a word of, oh, well, I'm pro-Palestinian, well, then they're probably going to kick him out. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't be surprised if they say, well, no more pro-Palestinian stuff or we'll kick you out.
So you remember, I think it was last season, who was that former coach for the Jets? I don't remember his name. He had like...
I covered it at the time, but I forget who it is right now.
That's right. Yeah,
he got fired.
Genocide. Well,
no, not for Gaza. It was a different country. It was Lebanon.
Lebanon. Yeah, that's what it was. I covered it at the time. I remember.
Yeah,
he got fired because he was.
The Seahawks are winning the Super Bowl. That's what my dad predicted because that's who they want to win. Again, the storylines, guys. This is it. Literally, the NFL has become professional wrestling. And literally, whatever the storyline is, I guess it's the Seahawks somehow. Now the Seahawks are going to win the Super Bowl. Vegas has literally picked them. And, of course, everyone knows in Vegas, the Mafia is there. So the Mafia has picked the Seahawks to win. What the storyline is with them, I have no idea. But, Kurt Warner was in St. Louis, right? When it was the St. Louis Rams or whatever.
Yeah.
And that Underdog movie was about him. So of course St. Louis or the Rams would win the Super Bowl that year, right? That was the story. Then the next year it was, they wanted all the Swifties to come over, and I don't know why I did that, but the Swifties, they wanted all the Swifties to watch football, right? And literally it was like the next year, and they literally had Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl, and her man was Travis Kelce, and apparently they're butt fucking now because I heard that she's a guy. So hey, no judgment if she actually is a man, no judgment here. And Kelsey's gay, so
Houston Texans linebacker Aziz Al-Shahir was fined by the National Football League for displaying a pro-Palestinian quote-unquote stop the genocide by his game, ESPN reported.
But I bet you anything. I bet you any amount of money in the fucking world that if he was pro-Israel, they would have given him a fucking medal. Yeah. And they would have won the fucking Super Bowl.
Fine. And also, I just want to bring up, I just hope it's a rematch of Super Bowl 48 between the Seahawks and Broncos.
Could
Well,
be.
we'll see.
And-
We'll find
and-
out Sunday.
She
you know,
can suck
10
her
years
own
ago,
dick. That's right.
Broncos-
She can suck her own dick.
10 years ago, Broncos were playing at the 49ers Stadium, won the Super Bowl, and maybe they could do it again this year. It's taking place in San Francisco again. So.
The linebacker wore the message of solidarity between his eyes during the pregame team address before Houston faced the
Over
Patriots
his
to remove
nose.
the
He didn't
message
do it
before
between his
kickoff.
eyes. That kind of sounds like he had the thing on his eyes. Stupid.
Oh, beneath his eyes. I think I read it.
No.
The brief display league penalty for wearing the same message during a live play. Al Shahir was fined $11,593,
Which is
the
chump change
previous
to
week
him.
for violating NFL uniform rules that prohibit unapproved personal political messaging. That
Go
was
fuck
warned
yourself.
that repeating the act during games should lead to removal from play, a consequence he said he fully understood. So basically, if he did it again, he could have been ejected.
I mean, if he had Israel rules and you can all suck a dick on his, little nose guard or whatever, literally they would have thrown him a fucking party. So don't even start with me.
And that's why the Patriots beat the Texans last week.
Because of Israel?
No, it's a joke. Because
Oh, okay.
Because Robert Kraft, the owner, he supports Israel, and then
of course he is. They suck each other's dicks. I mean, come on. It's literally, again, they started this bullshit with, you have to stand for the flag. We're all in fucking Germany in the 1940s or 1930s, late 30s, and it's like we're in Kristallnacht again. You have to stand for the the flag, or you have to stand for the anthem. There you go. You have to stand for the anthem and all that bullshit. And then there's people freaking out about that. You know what? How about we just stick to fucking football and stop making it political? Though people have a right of freedom of speech. See, that's the problem. It's freedom of speech is okay if you're with the, I love Israel, so I'm going to suck their dicks. But if you are, Palestinians should have rights too. And no, you get out of the NFL. You heathen.
No Palestinians, no.
Yeah, you get out of here, you heathen. You fucking heathen.
What are you, a supporter?
Don't you love God? Don't you suck his dick? Don't you suck Jesus off? Shame on you, you heathen. Fuck you.
The end of the day, it's bigger than me, he told reporters. Things that are going on to make people feel uncomfortable. Imagine how those people feel, Palestinians. He added that I have no affiliation connection to these people other than the fact that I'm a human being. The message was written in solidarity with the Palestinians killed during Israel's genocide in Gaza, as Israeli army violations and severe restriction on humanitarian aid continue to claim civilian lives despite a declared ceasefire. Why is this here? Okay. Shahir has consistently used his platform to support Palestinian rights, including backing humanitarian causes through My Cause, My Cleats initiative, while also questioning what he described as selective enforcement of league rules. If my platform
so they only decided to find him now and not before?
Yeah. They because I guess the playoffs are a bigger platform, so that's why they don't want that political message out there.
If you use and this is the thing, they probably said, "Hey, go be a heel," or go be. They would consider him, because he's pro-Palestinian, they would consider him a heel. So again, football is just like wrestling. Here we go again with this fucking bullshit of, and the NFL is turning into professional wrestling.
Mm-hmm. It's the no
quote
fun,
unquote.
That's what it is.
The no fun league. Quote, if my platform can bring a little bit of hope to families in Palestine, then that's what I want to use it for, the athlete said. He also questioned what he described as selective enforcement, noting that other players repeated black eye messages without punishment. The Council on American Islamic Relations, a U.S. Muslim civil rights group, recently targeted by state-level blacklisting, praised the move, stating, we commend Houston Texans linebacker Aziz Al-Shahir for using his platform to express opposition to genocide. Shahir stands through widespread support online since the beginning of the genocide in Gaza over 2 years ago, monitoring groups documenting and escalating multi-layered crackdown on Palestinian advocacy. The campaign has included widespread digital censorship, with Meta reportedly complying with 94% of Israeli takedown requests, leading to removal or suppression of more than 30 million and the permanent ban of regional media outlets, for their coverage. Trump has launched what was described as a tsunami of repression, using federal authority to detain and threaten the deportation of non-citizen students and activists over participation in lawful campus protests. Washington has also imposed sanctions on Palestinian human rights organizations and froze billions of dollars in university funding tied to tolerance of pro-Palestine activism. The U.S. House of Representatives recently expanding the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance definition of anti-Semitism to include certain criticism of Israel, a move that directly opens the door to defunding institutions and repressing pro-Palestine speech on U.S. campuses.
Yeah, this is exactly what this is. We don't live in a free speech society anymore. No. It's you either agree with our speech and you talk about that kind of speech, or you literally will be fined. And if you use that for activism, in their eyes, this is activism. This is like they're standing up for something. This guy probably just did that so he could, they're like, oh, just be a heel or to be a baby face or whatever they think they are going to be.
So now you criticizing the state of Israel is now officially anti-Semitic, according to U.S. law, at least. So
yeah, and that's the thing. Even Trump said he was going to come after anyone who was against Israel, anyone who was anti-Christian, and anyone who was anti-capitalist. Well, then come and get me, baby. But just be aware that if you break in my home, I will use that PA stand your ground law, which is defend your castle to the fullest extent. So come at me. I dare you.
There you go. The DOJ says they won't investigate ICE federal agents' fatal shooting of Renee Good.
Of course not, because they actually did an investigation on themselves and found no wrongdoing. Again, I've seen this on X many times where the ICE agents say they can just bust in your house and they don't even need a warrant. No, bullshit. This is the Fourth Amendment. If regular cops, real cops need a warrant to get into your home, then fucking ICE needs a warrant to get into your home. No ifs, ands, no buts. Or otherwise get the fuck out of my country or what used to be my country. It's a fucking Fourth Amendment.
The U.S. Department of Justice says no to probing the ICE agent despite public outrage Renee's Good shooting in Minnesota. Let's see. U.S. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche said has said that the Department of Justice will not be investigating the Immigration and Customs Enforcement agent who killed Renee Nicole Macklin Good, while also confirming reports that it's looking to charges against top Minnesota officials for encouraging protests. The exact opposite. They're actually investigating Tim Walz, Jacob Frey, and Keith Ellison for allowing for protests. Speaking to Fox News on Sunday night, Blanche said that the civil unit of the Department of Justice would not bow to pressure to investigate the shooting of death resident and mother Good, 37, earlier this month.
Yeah, because why would they help the peasants? They're peasants. They should just bow down to us and suck our dicks.
Yeah, I
mean, this is fucking ridiculous.
I said this thing. I think I said this last week on the show, but the Trump administration is full of immigration, and when it comes to this type of stuff, so they're not going to bow to pressure because Trump is not up for re-election anyway, so he doesn't give a shit. Even if Democrat doesn't matter to him, he already served.
Well, the Democrat would still do this shit. And they're still not going to investigate. They're not going to do anything to these ICE agents. So I guess ICE is above the law then. So then we live in a lawless country where a bunch of fucking thugs can come and grab a 5-year-old child, and literally put them in the back of a car so they can be trafficked to their fucking pedophile friends. Don't tell me we live in a free country. We do not.
Steph, be careful. You're going to upset that YouTube commenter again.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, for anyone who doesn't like what I say, go suck a dick.
Let's see. And Lady Allen, I do not legitimize the Constitution or any U.S. laws. They were all created for rich white men. Good points. We don't just go out and investigate every time an officer is forced to defend himself against somebody, said Blanche. We investigate when it is appropriate to investigate. So no, we are not investigating. And if it comes to a time where we need to, we will, but it's not now, Blanche added.
I think you meant to say it's appropriate to not investigate.
When it's appropriate to investigate. I thought I read it wrong, but it's like because I do read stuff wrong. It's like it just yeah. Increased tense confrontation between residents and federal officers have erupted in Minneapolis since Renee Good, a 37-year-old mother of three, was fatally shot behind the wheel of her car while protesting by ICE officer Jonathan Ross on January 7th. Blanche also said that the footage of Good's death is has already been reviewed by millions and millions of Americans because it was recorded on phones when it happened. However, analysis conducted by Minnesota Public Radio and APM reports found that there are still questions about the shooting, including why it allegedly took more than 10 minutes after Good was shot before she was given CPR. According to NPR and APM, ICE agents left Good bleeding and alone in the car for almost 3 minutes and turned away a man identifying himself as a physician who offered to help. The administration of President Donald Trump has argued that Ross, the ICE agent who shot Good up to 4 times, was acting in fence. Let's see.
Yep. And remember when the conservatives were like, "Oh, but she's gay and she's small, she deserved to be shot." Remember they were saying that.
Of course, but it's all total. It's of course I remember that. Top Trump officials, including Vice President J.D. Vance and White House advisor Stephen Miller, has also said ICE officers have absolute immunity for their immigration law enforcement actions. I don't know where they got that from. That's like they just made up immunity, like out of their asses.
They always like to say these words, feel like they're special or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like they pulled it out of their ass. It's like, oh, what are you talking about? We have ICE officers have absolute immunity. So does FBI agents do U.S. Marshals, do the DEA, ICE? ICE has a special absolute immunity built in somewhere, and you just made up because. But even if they investigated somehow, and press charges, what are their chances that a federal jury is going to convict this guy? Almost zero, because it's a federal jury. They're not a jury from Minneapolis; it's from around the state of Minnesota. So a lot of conservatives in that pool. So, are they going to convict this guy? Probably not. But still, at the least, you can try. But they're not because they're zealots. The Trump administration is not going to bow to pressure. And allegedly, there's some general strikes in Minnesota. I don't know how true this is. I'm just reading what I'm reading. And, the general strikes, and it's not going to get any better over there. It's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. Alex says, who's above the DOJ? The White House. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Absolute immunity is legal doctrine shielding Pacific government officials, judges, prosecutors, legislators from civil liability for actions taken within their official duties, even if done maliciously or in bad faith. Okay, but it's civil liability, not legal, not criminal, I think, but unless I'm wrong about that. It acts as a complete bar to lawsuits, allowing officials to function without fear of personal litigation.
Oh my God. Fred has joined and is putting up the wings.
Ask Witchy. I don't know. Don't bother me with that.
No, I'm not asking. I'm just saying he randomly joins his post.
No. I'm just saying he can ask Witchy about that. Not. So absolute immunity basically for civil lawsuits, not for criminal cases. But the administration is going to claim it's for criminal cases too. Even though I don't have my hopes up that they're going to convict on the in a federal trial, even if somehow they were to try this case. Let's see. So let's see. Let's go to this. Oh, here we go. Here we go again. Next is Cuba. Trump is plotting regime change in Cuba by year's end, according to the Wall Street Journal. Officials said that recent abduction of Venezuela's president provides a blueprint for Trump's plans in Cuba.
Oh my God.
So here we go again. This time is in communist Cuba. The Trump administration hopes to execute a regime change in Cuba by the end of 2026, according to sources cited by the Wall Street Journal. The report comes just weeks after the U.S. military kidnapped Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro on dubious drug charges. By the way, his next court date is not until March, so there's not really much updates on Maduro because his next court date not until like mid-March or something. So he's gonna sit in jail in that jail in Brooklyn for the next couple of months at least before his next court date. The newspaper said Washington is now searching government insiders who can help cut a deal to push out the communist regime by the end of the year.
Oh
With
no,
senior U.S. officials holding regular meetings with Cuban exiles and pressure groups in recent months. The administration believes that the Cuban government is more fragile than ever and its economy is close to collapse, the journal added. While there is currently no concrete plan to topple the Cuban states, the paper said that capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro this month serves the blueprint for U.S. officials. Maduro's January 3 kidnapping was reportedly helped along by a quote-unquote asset within the Venezuelan leader's inner circle, an outcome the White House hopes to repeat in Cuba. Dissidents and exiles has been used in a number of prior U.S. regime change operations, including Cuba itself, with opposition activists playing a major role in 2003's invasion of Iraq. Asked whether Cuba was the Trump administration's next target during an appearance on Meet the Press the day after Maduro's capture, Secretary Marco Rubio refused to answer directly, only saying the country's socialist government was a quote-unquote huge problem.
Why is it a huge problem? Why is it?
Yeah, if it's up to Marco Rubio, they would have done it already.
Yeah.
So he's a zealot on Cuba. Trump is worried right now about Venezuela and Greenland, but no, he'll make sure Trump will get around to Cuba eventually. Yeah, I know. I'm not going to talk to you about what our future steps are going to be and our policy is going to be right now in this regard, but I don't think it's any mystery that we are not fans of the Cuban regime, who, by the way, are the ones we're propping up Maduro, Rubio said.
And, okay.
Yeah, an unnamed White House official said much the same to the journal and warned that Havana should make a deal before late, echoing recent social media posts by Trump verbatim. While it's unclear what kind of deal the administration is seeking, in the same post, the president insisted that Cuba stop receiving oil and subsidy from Venezuela. Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel rejected that demand, saying that Cuba's free, independent, sovereign nation. Nobody tells us what to do. He added that his country was ready to defend the homeland to the last drop of blood. The United States and the Cuban government in the disastrous 1961 Bay of Pigs invasion, more than 1,200 Cuban exiles armed and trained by the U.S. were captured by Cuban forces during the botched operation, with over 100 more killed. In the decades since, Washington has maintained a trade embargo on the Caribbean nation and has repeatedly threatened its government with regime change. So
it's like I said
this
before,
is the newest version of
It's like I said before, I thought Biden was awful, but Trump is just fucking insane. I mean, holy shit.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, though. I mean, the U.S. government's been trying to overthrow Cuba since Castro in 1960. So it's like this 2020, they're still trying. So,
the definition of insanity.
Yep, keep doing the same thing again, expecting a different result, but they're gonna keep doing it though.
Yeah.
So okay, let's see here. What is this? I don't know why I saved this, but I really let's see. Oh, here we go. Now the Canadians are scared. And they're like, Canada prepares for hypothetical U.S. invasion. The conceptual framework reportedly considers ways to inflict mass casualties on occupying U.S. troops. The Canadian military has developed a theoretical model on how it would combat an American invasion, envisioning Mujahideen-style insurgency tactics and other forms of unconventional warfare, according to the Globe and Mail. So the Canadians are kind of planning like no chance against the U.S. military, but we're going to have to do what the Mujahideen did in Afghanistan in the 80s. So While Canadian officials told the outlet that such a scenario is unlikely, the move reflects growing tensions between the two neighbors, with Donald Trump having repeatedly floated the idea of making Canada the 51st U.S. state. On Monday, he shared an edited photo depicting both Canada and Greenland as American territories. The Canadian Army is modeled in hypothetical U.S. military invasion of Canada, and the country's potential response. The Globe and Mail reported Tuesday, citing two unnamed military senior officials. It added that the model includes tactics similar to employed against Russia and later U.S.-led forces in Afghanistan, which would aim to inflict casualty on U.S.-occupied forces. In an event of an attack, Canadian military plans troops could overrun the country's strategic positions on both land and sea in as little as 2 days. Yeah, that war wouldn't really last long. The senior official said, the models therefore propose various types of unconventional warfare, including ambushes, sabotage, drone warfare, hit-and-run tactics, by small groups of Canadian soldiers or quote-unquote armed civilians. Who in Canada is armed? There's not many guns in Canada unless you're talking about the military. Like, what are you talking about armed civilians? Unless you hand guns to the civilians in Canada. The new military modeling comes as Trump administration steps up its threats towards Greenland, even hinting that it could seize the territory by force. Ottawa is now reportedly considering sending troops to Greenland, where several European states have deployed soldiers for military inherent warning to Washington. Responding to recent comments by Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, who indirectly suggested that the U.S. president was causing a geopolitical rupture.
Oh, no, never mind. Mark Cerny's the Sony guy. Never mind.
Yes, Mark Carney says there. Let's see. Responding to recent blah, 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 indirectly suggested the U.S. president was causing a geopolitical rupture. Trump insisted Ottawa should be grateful for his relationship with the United States. Canada gets a lot of freebies from us, by the way, also, but they are not. I watched your prime minister yesterday. He wasn't so, he said. Canada lives by the United States. Remember that, Mark, next time you make your statements. So, wink, yeah, we're threatened about it. You know, basically, that's what Trump is saying. Even as Canada military considers hypothetical U.S. invasion, one of the senior officials told Globe and Mail that the relations between the two countries remain positive, noting that joint work continues on the proposed Gold missile defense shield. However, Trump has argued that acquiring Greenland is vital to that project, a move that Canada opposes. Hey, Vic. Ellen, Witchy's not here yet, so she'll talk to you when she gets back about her first week on the job. We're concerned about this escalation. To be absolutely clear, we are always for the sovereignty and territorial integrity of countries wherever their geographic location is, Carney told reporters over the weekend. So yeah, the Canadians are planning for a defense to an alleged U.S. invasion, which is not much. It's basically like, yeah, we have no chance against the U.S. empire, but we'll do sabotage. We'll do what the Viet Cong did during Vietnam, and we'll do what the Mujahideen did during the invasion of Afghanistan by the Soviets. So that's what we'll do. So that's not much enemy. It's more like, yeah, I mean, we have no chance, but what choice do we have? Right? We have to fight them off. We have to fight the U.S. somehow. So let's see. Trump is, yeah, I already did that. Let's see. Venezuela war powers resolution fails in the House. Now, of course, this was the referendum they were trying to pass to stop Trump from further bombing in Venezuela. Of course, it failed by 15-15 tie. So there's no way to undo a tie in the House. So it just fails. The bill just dies, basically. Unlike in the Senate, where a 50-50 tie ends up being broken by the vice president one way or another. So that happened recently. What bill was it J.D. Vance broke the tie on? I forget what it is right now. But it was a bill that J.D. Vance broke the tie on to pass it. Or no, actually not to pass it, to kill the bill. Forget what it is right now. I'll remember later, I guess. So here we go. The House of Representatives failed to pass legislation that would block President Donald Trump from waging war in Venezuela. The vote ended in 15-15, with 2 Republicans voting with all the Democrats for the war power resolution on Venezuela. 1 Republican did not vote. The legislation was co-sponsored by Thomas Massie and over 120 Democratic representatives. So it seems like it was set up in a way to fail in a tie. It is very convenient that 2 Republicans voted with the Democrats and 1 didn't vote at all on this bill. So it seems like it was set up to fail at a tie. The vote caused a commotion on the floor. Speaker Mike Johnson held the vote open for 30 minutes. 1 Democratic member shouted at Johnson to close the vote. Voting would close after Representative Wesley Hunt of Texas arrived to cast a vote that killed the legislation for the tying vote. Speaking in favor of legislation, several Democrats argued that President Trump failed to follow constitutional procedures when ordering military operations against Venezuela that led to the kidnapping of President Nicolas Maduro. Oh, no shit. You just realized now he failed to follow constitutional procedures. What does that mean? He didn't tell us. He didn't tell us, basically. They're not mad that he did it. They're mad that he failed to follow procedure, basically. That's what they're mad
But
at.
if that was
So-
Biden also doing it, they wouldn't say anything.
No, they wouldn't. Thomas Massie would have introduced this bill, but it would have died like nobody would have voted for it because it would have been Joe Biden or Kamala Harris in the case if she would have won. However, Eric Spearling of This Foreign Policy notes that some Democrats criticize Trump for not removing the government in Venezuela. Exactly. In effect, they criticize him for not going far enough with regime change. Sperling explained to antiwar.com. Exactly what they did. So criticized Trump for not removing the entire socialist government. So they criticized him from his right, essentially, like, oh, you didn't remove the entire socialist government. What are you doing? You got to remove all of them, not just Maduro. Wait, I thought you guys were Democrats.
There
Apparently
you
not.
are.
It's like, no. It's like shit. We want all the socialists gone, not just one, not just Maduro. We want all the socialists gone. So the right thing. When
Hey,
Trump
Steph,
is like,
Mr. Wings is here.
Mr. Wings.
Yeah, Fred.
Fred.
Oh, I don't have any wings. Sorry, Fred.
Yeah, so we're covering the House failing to pass the Venezuela's War Powers Act, which is the pass stop Trump from bombing Venezuela again. So of course it failed by tie 250-15. So it failed in the House. The Senate previously rejected a war powers resolution for Venezuela on a narrow vote. President Trump has lashed out at Republicans for voting in favor of bills that attempt to limit his war making, which is literally true. Trump is mad at Thomas Massie in particular for trying to limit his power, his war making.
Yeah, how
power.
dare you not let me just kill everybody I want to?
So didn't Trump get mad at Massey recently for he wanted Massey gone for bringing up the Epstein files recently? Didn't I read something about that?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, well, Massey's trying to release the Epstein files, and Trump is like, release those Epstein files. What are you doing? Why are you going against me?
Yeah, I'm on that list.
Republican
How dare
president.
you show the poor people that I'm a pedophile and I want to rape their kids? I just told my dad, and
People are
I said,
asking-
and my dad can get mad. I don't care. I said, any ICE agent or anyone walks through this door looking for my son, and you will be shot on sight. And survivors will be shot again.
Sorry,
Trust
my
me.
mic being too close, Vicky. Sorry about that.
Vicky, work is great. I love my new job. I literally, I got to build my own. Well, not mine, but one of our customers' computer. I built it from scratch, and literally impressed my trainer. So, picking up things real fast, and I like the people. I just, I have to watch what I kind of say because they are like really religious Christians. And we deal with mostly the Amish. I can't believe I'm saying this, but yes, the Amish, they have computers too.
Yeah, so the vote, the Republicans made sure to kill this war powers resolution by a tie, because there's no way to break a tie in the House. So it's like, hey, it's tied. So they made sure that Republicans voted. They voted with Democrats, and then one Republican didn't vote. So
it's like both
215.
wrestlers not getting up the count of 10.
What? Right. Or
Yeah,
get
they
a double
found
count out, right?
Yeah, or
Mhm.
well, no, not just double count up, but when in the ring they're down and the ref counts up to 10, they can't get up by the count.
I mean, usually that rarely happens. Usually in wrestling, it's usually like they get
only
double
in like
count
last
out.
man standing matches have I
Right. I mean, a last man standing match, yeah, but I mean, it's very rare for like a wrestler in a normal match to not like because I mean the ref will break the count because they do stupid stuff, but they always break those counts.
Mhm.
It's just it's very
In
rare.
a minute. Let's see here. So yeah, that found earlier in the week here. Lower that a bit. All right. AP obtains documents showing Venezuelan leader Delcy Rodriguez has been on DEA's radar for years. So alleging that she's a drug lord. So when U.S. President Donald Trump announced the audacious kidnapping
Yeah.
of Nicolas Maduro to face drug trafficking charges, portrayed the strongman vice president and longtime aide as America's preferred partner to stabilize Venezuela and led a scourge of drugs, corruption, and economic mayhem. Left unspoken was the cloud of suspicion that long surrounded Delcy Rodriguez before she became acting president of the beleaguered nation earlier this month. And Rodriguez has been on the radar of U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration for years, and in 2022 was labeled a priority target designation DEA reserved for suspects believed to have a significant impact on the drug trade. According to records obtained by the Associated Press, more than half a dozen current and former U.S. law enforcement officials. The DEA has amassed a detailed intelligence file on Rodriguez dating at least 2018, the records show, cataloging her known associates and affiliations ranging from drug trafficking to gold smuggling. One confidential informant told DEA in early 2021 that Rodriguez was using hotels in the Caribbean as sorts of resorts of Isla Margarita as a front to launder money, the records showed. As recently as last year, she was linked to Maduro's alleged bagman, Alex Saab, who U.S. authorities arrested in 2020 on money laundering charges. The U.S. government has never publicly accused Rodriguez of any criminal wrongdoing. Notably, for Maduro's inner circle, she was not among the more than current dozen Venezuelan officials charged with drug trafficking alongside the ousted president. Rodriguez's name is surfaced in DEA investigations, several of which remain ongoing, including agents in the field offices from Paraguay to Ecuador to Phoenix and New York. AP learned. The AP could not determine the specific focus of each investigation. Current and former DEA agents who reviewed the records at the request of the AP said that they indicated intense interest in Rodriguez throughout much of her tenure as vice president. It began in 2018. To discuss the DEA's investigations and spoke on a condition of anonymity. The AP did not make clear why Rodriguez was elevated to a priority target, a designation that requires extensive documentation to justify additional investigative resources. The agency has hundreds of priority targets at any given moment, and having them labeled does not necessarily lead to being charged criminally. She was on the rise, so it's not surprising she might become a high priority target with her role, said Kurt Lukenmeyer, a former federal prosecutor in Miami who has handled multiple cases related to Venezuela. The issue is we'll talk
Does that not sound like a Nazi
about
name?
you and you become
Lukenheimer.
Heimer. Yeah.
Nazi name.
The issue is when people talk to you and you become a high priority target, there's a difference between that and evidence supporting an indictment. Venezuela's communication ministry did not respond to emails seeking comment. The DEA and U.S. Department of Justice also did not respond to requests for comments. Asked whether the president trusts Rodriguez, the White House referred AP to Trump's earlier remarks about a very good talk that he had with the acting president Wednesday, one day before she met in Caracas with CIA Director John Ratcliffe. She's meeting with CIA Director John Ratcliffe. I didn't know that, and that tells me a lot. That she's trying to be friendly with Trump and bending over backwards for him. I didn't know that until just now. Almost immediately after Maduro's
capture. Are you
capture,
really that fucking retarded? Yes, I said that word.
Yeah, that's all you really. I didn't know that she met with the CIA director.
I just can't trust her to lead Venezuela. Like, what the fuck what is she doing?
No,
it's called backstabbing.
Almost
you backstab until you get the power and hope that no one backstabs you.
Jesus.
Yeah, almost immediately after Maduro's capture, Trump started praising heaps of praise on Rodriguez this past week, referring to her as a terrific person in close contact with officials in Washington, including Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
And when she doesn't do as she is told, then she will be, oh no, she's a threat. We have to go get her, just like they did with Maduro. Maduro was no threat.
Yeah.
And by the way, I can just say,
So,
Vicky, I do think that they obviously they want something. I don't know what it is, but this Eastern storm is, it's like being compared to like the blizzard of '96 when we really got hit here in the Northeast. So it's possible. I don't know. It could be possible that it's manipulation. I'd like to think it's not, but the government can do anything they fucking want, and they literally don't care. They don't care about our peasants.
So we also discussed when you were gone, Canada preparing for a hypothetical U.S. invasion, which pretty much says, yeah, we have no chance against the Americans, but we're going to do what the Mujahideen Hong did in Vietnam. So it's the only thing we can do.
What the hell will we want Canada for? No offense, but that's where the cold air comes from.
Well, Trump is claiming that the Arctic is a way for Russia to come in and put their influence into Canada and to Greenland.
Okay.
So he's already like kind of saying earlier in his presidency, like, oh well, Canada should be the 51st state. So the Canadians are kind of scared, and kind of planning for if we were able to invade, which we're not. Come on, Trump is just talking bullshit out of his ass.
I mean, even if that would happen, I mean, I would be scared if I was a Canadian, because guess what? Now you can become poor for medical debt. You literally will have no health insurance. You will have to pay very high premiums for them, and you still won't get coverage. You still won't get, what you need. So yeah, I would be very afraid.
Yeah, and that tells you everything you need to know, because the private health insurance companies have a whole.
I'm sure Himbo did hear that.
New customers.
But I don't think Himbo has anything to worry about. I honestly think, as Angel said, I think Trump's talking out his ass because he's old and he thinks that Canada is a child to rape.
Yeah, it's just Trump talking out of his ass. He's not gonna actually break up the neoliberal order, which sometimes, like, oh my god, if NATO ends, the rest of the neoliberal order just falls apart. But he's not going to do that.
So wait,
I mean,
is
ultimately,
it the NLO, neoliberal order, NLO?
Yeah.
Yeah, all it's not just NATO, but it's the UN, it's the IMF, the World Bank, it's all of these neoliberal organizations that basically they give money, loans to poor countries in exchange for basically giving up all the natural resources and doing what's I'm looking for. They're doing I'm not forgetting austerity. Yeah, austerity. They have to privatize everything, austerity, screw over poor people in exchange for that IMF money or World Bank money. So if the neoliberal order falls apart, I'd be ecstatic, but it's not going to happen. So I'm just kind of
don't forget that prior moment when Trump was in that meeting and he looked behind the window, he went up the window to look at something, which was so random.
So the Board of Peace is dividing the globe. Netanyahu reverses course, now says Israel will join. So a fictitious global debate on the new proposed Gaza Board of Peace and testified as several countries declare whether they will participate in U.S.-led body, and the proponents said it could oversee Gaza post-war reconstruction and potentially broader conflict resolution, which is not going to do it because that's the UN's intention. The UN is supposed to prevent broader conflict, but it's not going to happen. European powers have split sharply over involvement. Middle Eastern governments are lining up to join, and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's reverse course, an earlier refusal to participate, agreeing to take Israel's seats. French, Scandinavian, and other Western European governments have been among the most vocal declining invitations, citing concerns about the board's mandate structure and potential to undercut established international institutions. Sweden and Slovenia have announced they would not join at this time, rejecting both the board's expanded ambition beyond Gaza and the requirement articulated in draft terms shared with invited nations to contribute roughly $1 billion for permanent membership status. Literally, by the way, Trump wants $1 billion for permanent membership in the Board of Peace. So I wonder if Trump gets to pocket that money. Is what it seems like. I mean, it's like he just like ripping
Mr.
off as
Trump,
many.
how much money do you want?
Paris's refusal stems in part from worries that the board has envisioned will duplicate or weaken the United Nations roles on peace and reconstruction. European officials have warned that a parallel forum dominated by a single national leader could fragment international diplomacy and erode multilateral norms. In other words, it's like, oh well, we like our procedure the way it is now, Trump. Please don't break it for your own ego and power, which is what he's going to do. Norway and Sweden similarly pointed to a lack of clarity about the authority and oversight, choosing to withhold endorsement until those issues are resolved. Other European states have not committed yet. Britain, Germany, Italy, the executive arm of the European Union have each acknowledged invitations but stopped short of agreeing to join, leaving their positions open amid the debate over the board's purpose and governance. Russia, China, and Ukraine have similarly remained non-committal, having received invitations but only offering preliminary assessments of the proposal. By contrast, the swaps and what?
Sorry, just want to say really quick. At least 17 states have declared a state of emergency as a snowstorm nears Alabama, Arkansas, Georgia, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, Missouri, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and Virginia.
Oh boy.
Washington, D.C. has also declared a state of emergency.
It seems like almost half the country has declared a state of emergency over this.
Well, that means
if
go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead. No, I mean I was just going to say that they should, because this snowstorm apparently is going to be horrible.
Right, and as if our governor literally says, okay, we're in a state of emergency, that means nobody goes nowhere. And if they catch you out on the roads, they literally can take you to jail. Not that you would want to be, but I'm saying, like,
Yeah,
but
that sounds like martial law.
It kind of does. But I mean, they're just trying, in their words, they're trying to keep you safe, right? They don't really give a fuck if you do donuts in a parking lot. They don't care.
By contrast, a swath of Middle Eastern and allied countries have accepted invitations to participate. Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Qatar, the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Turkey, and Pakistan are among those who have publicly signaled their intent to join the board. Several Central Asian and non-other Western countries, including Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Morocco, Kosovo, Armenia, Belarus, Indonesia, and Vietnam, are also planning to sign on. A lot of countries are already joining this board of peace, quote unquote. Support for this cohort reflects a shared interest in stabilizing Gaza and shaping the narrative around the regional recovery. For some, aligning with it is also a strategic move to bolster bilateral ties and gain a voice in potential post-conflict agreements. Morocco's decision, for example, comes amid its recent diplomatic engagement across the region, even as public opinion at home remains wary of normalization trends. The contrasting responses underscore a broader geopolitical divide. Western and European powers are cautious in seeing risk to the international order, while many Middle Eastern, African, and smaller states have the opportunity to influence the outcomes in Gaza and beyond. Countries in both groups have referenced the board's $1 billion membership threshold as a significant consideration, with several declining precisely because they object to what they perceive as an exorbitant price for influence.
And really, Vicky, that's the thing is, that's what we're worried about. Me and Angel worry about, the fact that we may not be able to do pro wrestling talk on Sunday because one of us or both of us may have no power.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, but we can't survive off of that.
Yeah, so we'll have to delay. I mean, right now, as of now, we intend on doing the show. I mean, if we don't, one of us or neither of us lose power, but if we do, we can't do it, obviously. So,
what matches are scheduled for Saturday night main event?
There's a fatal 4-way for the for number one contendership.
Yeah, lazy booking.
There's Cody Rhodes versus
Jake from Triple Fraud. That guy.
And it's another match. I don't know what it is right now. It's 3 matches as far as I know. Jacob Fatu.
Oh.
Cody
Because
Rhodes,
this is
Jacob
revenge.
Fatu.
Yeah, it's Cody Rhodes' revenge for what Jacob Fatu did to him because he lost the belt.
He
To McIntyre.
screwed him out of the World WWE Championship. Number one contenders, Fatal 4-Way, Randy Orton, Damian Priest, Trick Williams, and Sami Zayn. Rhea Ripley, Neo Sky versus Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez for the women tag titles.
Ugh.
It's only 3 matches in the card, so
That
What?
match is gonna suck.
yeah. So I'm just doesn't matter. It's Israel's reversal. They whoops.
I remember
I
when
think I
Saturday
messed up.
Night's main event used to be rare. Like it would happen like once or twice a year. Now it seems to happen like every other week.
It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be once a quarter.
Yeah.
So, but now it's like they do it. They literally do it once a quarter for like 4 or 5 times a year. So it feels like it's not. It's like once every 3 or 4 months.
Jesus.
Because the Royal Rumble's next Saturday. So I just wanted to forget about the rest of that. So this is Jared Kushner's. Whoops, hold on. This is Jared Kushner's presenting this morning the Board of Peace ceremony. Their mock-ups of New Gaza, a new Rafah,
Which is literally going to be Israel now.
Steph Rita Sean's commented.
No, trust me, it's not. I don't want to imagine all 4 wrestlers fucking each other in the ass in front of a camera. No, thanks.
Yeah, so this is New Gaza, where it's going to be like a 15-minute AI run city.
Yep.
That's
They
their
literally
plan?
picked it from AI. They had to have.
Yeah, I'm sure this is AI rendering, but still, I mean, this is what they're planning, basically. This is New Rafah.
You know,
So they're planning.
great. It's tremendous.
So allegedly, there's going to be 100,000 plus permanent housing units, 200 plus education centers, 180 plus cultural, religious, and vocational centers, and 75 plus medical facilities. Empowering Gazans with jobs, training, and services. Let's just do that before I do anything else. 10 billion plus expected GDP in 10 years by 2035. 500,000 new jobs in construction, agriculture, manufacturing, services, and digital economy. 25 billion plus investments in modern, reliable utilities and public services. 13,000 plus average annual household income in 10 years.
Yeah, right. So they accidentally spelled Israelites wrong.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Gazans.
They insisting on this. Yeah, in Gaza. Yeah. So the average annual household income in 10 years is supposed to be 13,000. That's, I think, more than some Americans. Like American annual average income for Americans right now. 1.5 billion plus investments in vocational schools, retraining for full labor force.
Wait a minute, time out. So 13K is not a lot. I made 14K last year.
Yeah.
So that's not a lot. If that's literally poverty wages.
Yeah, that's what they're bragging about. 10 years and
well, yeah, because you own nothing.
That they care more about a fucking country than Israel. I mean, the U.S.
No, the thing is that they're just saying this because they want people to stop protesting and be pro-Palestinian. They're like, well, hey, we got Gaza under wraps. I mean, we're going to give all this stuff to Gaza. What they forgot is that they're not going to do any of this shit. They're going to give it to Israel. No. Israel is going to do this shit.
And also there's $3 billion in investments in commercial zones, business districts, and micro grants / loans. So this is their master plan.
This is you will own nothing, be happy, and eat sea bugs.
This is what Jared Kushner.
Yeah, they spelled instead of Gaza, they forgot to put Israel there because again, Israel is doing exactly what Hitler did in the 1930s and 40s. He literally took over, other countries. France, he took over most of Ukraine. He took over. Literally, this is what they're doing. So, like I said, they spelled Israel wrong.
Yeah, because they're planning
for Gaza. They ain't doing it for Gaza.
Yeah, they're planning. This is like kick out all the Gazans or murder what's left of them, build this city, and they're not coming back. That's why they're trying to figure out which country to. Egypt doesn't want them. A lot of the Middle Eastern countries don't want them, but they're not going to come back. This is going to be a 15-minute AI city full of Israeli or Jewish settlers. That's what it's going to end up being.
And again, those people will only be making $13K a year because that is what they want. They want you in poverty. They don't want you to own anything. You will own nothing. You will be happy and you will eat sea bugs. So that's not a good thing for Israel either. They're basically telling poor people in Israel, go fuck yourself. Just eat bugs.
Yep. Let's see. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. Hold on.
I agree with the Solly there. It's literally built-in slave labor. Exactly.
Yeah.
You will literally be on slave wages, and you will, like I said, you will own nothing, be happy, and eat sea bugs. I can't tell this enough.
Yeah. New York pension fund may invest in Israel despite Gaza genocide, defying Mamdani. New York City's chief financial officer set to clash with Mayor Zohar Mamdani over bid to reinvest taxpayer money in Israel. Let's see.
Mamdani is a dick sucker of Israel anyway. He doesn't even care.
Exactly.
Yeah, New York City's pension funds could resume investing in Israeli government bonds, a move that would funnel public money directly into Israel's treasury, despite the ongoing genocide in Gaza.
Now
it's apartheid system.
Are fucking mad and butthurt about Mamdani wanting to build like a bidet or something in one of the houses or something like that. Like that's what they're really mad at him for.
Well, literally, they don't care. And again, what they do over there, they will do over here. They will make those AI 15-minute cities. You literally will own nothing, be happy, and eat sea bugs, and you'll be making maybe $13K or less if they decide to pay you.
Reported on Saturday that the city is weighing whether to reinvest, even as Zohar looking back the divestment from Israel over his conduct in Gaza. Israeli bonds have performed very well to continue to be an investment grade rated. Investment grade rated, Mark Levine, New York City's chief financial officer, told the FT. My fiduciary responsibility is to make investment decisions based on the record of performance. Israeli government bonds function as direct loans to the state, providing steady interest payments to investors while channeling cash straight into the government's coffers. Critics argue that such financing underwrites Israel's system of apartheid and expansion of illegal settlements and forced displacement of Palestinians and killing the civilians of Gaza and the occupied West Bank. Any move
Sean, are you referring to my cats? Is that what you were referring to?
Move to reinvest would sharpen tensions inside city halls. One of Mamdani's first acts after taking office on January 1 was to revoke an executive order issued by a predecessor, Eric Adams, that had barred city agencies from boycotting Israel. A longtime critic of Israel's war on Palestinians, Mamdani said before taking office that New York should not have a fund that is invested in violation of international law. Levine, who is Jewish, has acknowledged personal ties to Israel but claims the pension decision should remain insulated from politics. I have always been open about the fact that I have very deep personal ties to Israel, family and friends and language and more, he has said previously, while arguing that the investment choices must rest on financial criteria.
Hey, you gotta suck that dick good. If you're gonna suck Israel dick, you better suck it all the way, bitch. And you better get that cum all over your face, and you better bow down and suck it again. I mean, for fuck's sake.
Despite warnings.
This is literally what the nationalists were saying. You know, like, oh, the Jews, the Jews, they control everything. Well, yeah, that is true, but there's also the Christians that are helping them along.
And again, it's not Jews, it's Zionists.
Right,
Zionists. Stop saying Jews.
Well, sorry, Zionists.
No.
Zionists are in control.
No, it wasn't towards you. It's just the people who keep saying
Okay, so the Zionists are in control, and literally, it's the Christians who are also helping them because they don't really give a fuck about Jesus or God. Don't let them sway. Because these people don't give a fuck. They don't have a religion. Religion to them is money and how much power they have. And the more money they have, the more power they have. They don't give a fuck about you and your fucking Jesus.
Yeah,
And
no.
you want to help the
Just-
poor and shit. They don't want to help poor people. They want to kick them. They want to kill them.
Yeah. Despite warnings from credit rating agencies, including Moody's, that Israeli bonds are becoming increasingly risky investment, Levine has reopened the push to buy them, reviving a debate over whether New York pension funds for bankroll state accused of grave crimes under international law. So even the credit rating agencies like Moody's are like, yeah, Israeli bonds are risky investment now, but it's like, oh, let's do it anyways.
Again, you better suck that dick good. You better do it all the way.
The debate follows a sharp break from past practice. For decades, New York routinely invested millions of pension money in Israeli debt, even as human rights groups condemned the policy. That changed in 2023 when the city allowed Israel bond holdings to mature without reinvesting. At the time, the chief financial officer, Brand Lander, declined to buy new bonds, ending a half-century tradition for preferential treatment for Israel. When he took office in 2022, the pension funds held $39 million in Israeli bonds, generating returns of around 5%. Lander said the decision aligned with the broader policy of avoiding foreign sovereign debt, treating Israel like any other state rather than granting it political exceptions. So now the new leader of the New York pension funds is like, guess what? We're reinvesting in Israel again. There's nothing Johan Mamdani can do about it either. So the young
He
mayor
wasn't going
can
to
go
do
fuck
anything
himself.
about it either. He would have sucked the dick of everybody involved. These Zionists, they literally own everything. You will own nothing and be happy and eat sea bugs. As the Zionists literally own everything. You will be in a 15-minute city and you will own nothing. You will be happy and you will eat sea bugs. Again, you better suck that dick good. If you're going to suck it, suck it, suck it, suck it. And don't let up.
Yeah, so it's basically like Mamdani has no control over the pension fund. So even though he's saying no, we shouldn't do this, like yeah, we're just gonna give money to Israel again. So nothing you can do about it, Mamdani. So fuck off, kid. And he'll go away because he'll do his virtue signaling speeches about how I'm anti-Israel and I want to cut off Israel. But ultimately, it's not up to him. So it's like he'll do his virtue signal
And he
speeches
thinks
and
he's
not do
going
anything.
to arrest Netanyahu.
No, he's not. Political grandstanding or political is this political grandstanding on his part?
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted before we go, I just wanted to remember that video where we compared Kyle Kalinske to George Michael. I uploaded that clip to my YouTube channel. I mean, the crazy amount of views that it has. It's like there's 495 views. I never get that many views on a video ever.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's 48 comments, and all of them basically.
Wow. Is someone making fun of you in the comment? Or
Me?
Yeah.
Me mostly.
Oh god.
And some of them. Yeah, the chubby bald guy is making fun of the thin guy with hair and a good-looking wife. Totally not jealous.
That's not what
Not
we're
jealous.
making, you dumb fuck.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
made up.
really? She's so good looking, you probably want to eat her cunt. You fucking cunt. Go fuck yourself, Pam.
This other one says...
What do you look like? I bet you're not a fucking 10. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that's totally made up because it's like, then the other one, I can't say why you disagree with Kyle's views on policy, only left with laughing at the way he looks. That's the last resort where you run out of things to say about it.
No, trust me. There's a lot of stuff I can say about his politics. His politics are no longer independent. They are literally the left, which is fucking Democrats.
I didn't say anything about his politics.
Of Democrats, and he literally, MAGA.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
I didn't say anything. Yeah. I didn't say anything about his opinions or policy. I just said he looked like George Mike. It's kind of funny that these don't tread on me crowd is chugging Trump Jews 99.97 of the time and also get angry when left to center people protest and shit.
He's not left center. He's not left center. Go fuck yourself. He's not left center.
I just assumed that I'm a Trump supporter when I'm not. This guy said, "Look at you." I was like, "Okay, look at me." And what?
Yeah, look at you. Look at you, motherfucker. You don't even have a picture of your fucking face. Look at you, motherfucker.
This person said, "Cope," whatever that, and whatever. this person says, so someone that looks like a human thumb is attempting to
Oh,
talk crap
wow.
about
Oh,
somebody that's
wow.
both
Great.
much smarter and 100 times more good looking because they're petty. Sounds like you're jealous. Maybe you're jealous of Crystal.
Yeah, we're
Michelle,
jealous of a fucking
uh,
person who literally.
I'm a human.
I mean, yeah, we're so jealous of Crystal that she
I'm a
probably
human
has
thumb.
a fucking dick that Kyle sucks. Come on, go suck a dick, you stupid bitch. Look at you. You're probably not a fucking 9. You're not a 10.
Why would we be jealous of Crystal, who's turned into a fucking neoliberal?
Yeah, and so as her stupid
Yeah,
little
like,
fucking husband / child, because that's what he is. He's a fucking child.
You're not.
Maybe she
none
should
of
rape
people are original. Guy says, first of all, do you have a mirror? And second, why do you debate him, Big Mouth? He can wipe the floor with you. That guy is.
Right. About what?
Really? How
about
would he
what?
do that? How
about
would
what?
He wouldn't.
About
first
what?
of all, he wouldn't. He wouldn't debate me because he'd be scared to death. And second of all, even if I wouldn't debate him, I don't have time for him. I was just a 30-second clip of me making a joke like George Michael, and these people are melting down about it.
Oh my God! You talked about our daddy. We want to suck his dick.
I got nearly 50 comments on this video, which I never get comments.
Go suck his dick.
I won't play it. I won't play Cook the other guy. I don't care about Michael Knowles, whatever his name is. That's not the point. The point was I just want to make a joke with Michael. And you guys are melting down. I'm so
jealous of Crystal that I literally wouldn't want to look like her. Even if I had a dog that looked like Crystal, here, you can clip this. Clip this, motherfuckers, and then come after me in the comments, you stupid fucking cunts. Literally, if I had a dog that looked like Crystal Ball, I would shave its ass and make it walk backwards.
Man, I
can't for Kyle Kuklinski. And if Kyle ever wants to fucking debate me, bring it on, bitch. I don't think that. Joe Biden is. I'm a Biden bro now. Yeah. Go fuck yourself.
34 comments. Kyle killed it. You suck bad. Whatever. This guy says, great clip of MAGA Uncultured Club that doesn't know that George Michael and Boy George are two different people. Certified morons. Okay. I mean, all I said was like George.
How about you go fuck yourself?
Yeah.
I know who George Michael is. I listen to 80s.
Yeah, I know too. That's why I compared him to George Michael. This other guy says, keep coping, buddy. You're in a cult.
It was a fucking joke. I said Boy George because it was a fucking joke.
Yeah, so they are very butthurt about that too. That apparently we screwed up George Michael and Boy George.
It was a joke.
Whatever.
I know who Boy George is, and I know who George Michaels is. So come at me, motherfuckers. How about you go suck a dick? We're not MAGA here. We are not MAGA. We're not shitlibs either. Kyle Kuklinski is a shitlib now. If you can't handle that, then go fuck yourself and go suck a dick. Obviously, you're coping with your own bullshit. You just want to suck the cock of your daddy, Kyle. Oh, Kyle, let me suck your dick. Put cum on my face.
Okay.
That, bitch.
Easy there, Steph. Easy.
Clip it. Clip it for these motherfuckers. Clip it. I can't wait to see these motherfucking dick suckers get all melt down. Well, how dare you say I suck his dick? How dare you? I love sucking his dick. I mean, I didn't mean to say that. Of course you suck his dick. Clip it. Because I can't wait to see these motherfuckers comment. Yeah. Fucking cunts. That's all you are. You just love to suck dick.
Yeah, like, I was just shocked how many comments it got and how much people freaked out about it. Like, really? I mean, I'm just barely get a couple hundred views per episode of my podcast.
I wonder
that was your beef? That was your beef with my
I wouldn't be surprised if those were Kyle's burners accounts.
I wouldn't be either, because I barely get a couple hundred views per episode on this podcast, and these guys are freaking out about it like I'm like Dave Smith or something.
Remember,
like
people freaked out when Jimmy Dore made a burner account.
Yeah. Like, people freak it out in the comments like I'm Dave Smith, I'm a big star or something. People are like, oh my God, Kyle does look like George Michael.
You go after their daddy, boy.
I mean, yeah, Dave Smith, he fucked up when he voted for Trump. I agree, but still, I rather listen.
Well, these people probably voted for Joe Biden because you're fucking stupid and morons, and you like child predators, so you're probably pedophiles yourselves. Go ahead and clip that one too. if you literally like Kyle Kuklinski and his stupid fucking man-child wife, or whatever the fuck she is, or he is, or it is,
Who, by the
whatever
way,
that is.
wasn't Christopher formerly married to someone who supported Israel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
There's a picture.
They
Yeah.
invested in, because she got rich off of the lockdowns. That's why she was in favor of them. She was in favor of the fucking lockdowns.
Mm-hmm.
I
Where
remember
my child got left behind, not hers.
Either somebody wrote an article about it, or I saw a video, but they're talking about Crystal Ball was invested in this distance learning company, and that's why she was pushing for the lockdowns, because she financially benefited from them during the when she was on Rising. When
But
she was on Rising,
Kyle fucking dick suckers they don't care about that.
Yeah.
They don't care to hear the fucking truth about Crystal Ball when she literally puts her fucking dick in your mouth and you have to suck it. Go fuck yourselves, all of you.
Suck it.
That's right. Clip that, bitch. All you fucking Kyle dick suckers can go fucking suck a dick. Suck his dick. I don't care. Go fuck yourselves. Look at yourselves in the mirror and realize you guys aren't 10s either. Go look in the fucking mirror.
As Cody Rhodes would say, hey, Kyle, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. They don't even know who Cody Rhodes is because they're too busy sucking his dick.
Yeah, that was pathetic. All right, so yeah, we're gonna wrap it up there because it's past 9 o'clock, and you know I'm kind of tired. But we have a long weekend coming up here. It's gonna snow. Hopefully, we can do the show on Sunday. I doubt I'm gonna go to work on
Monday. I probably won't be able to get out of my driveway.
Yeah, probably won't be able to go to anywhere on Monday, most likely. But
my chat just pooped out.
So
yeah,
my chat just pooped.
I have 26. I have 26 likes here, so
all
we're
right,
gonna
50
fall short
guys,
of
50.
But yeah.
And I just want to say one more thing. All you Kyle dick suckers, you all want a piece of Mrs. Witchy. So go suck a dick.
Yeah, they
probably enjoy.
I mean, they went.
Oh,
they went
you're gonna
after
make fun of my looks?
Reason,
you're gonna make fun of my looks now? Man, look at the fucking mirror because you need a fucking dick sucker to suck your dick. Baby, I got my soulmate twin flame. I don't need your fucking little dicks. Go fuck yourself.
So what did I do? I made a joke. We chuckled about it.
Yeah.
We chuckled about it, and I moved on. It was a 30-second clip. But yeah, they melted down in the comments.
It's like that being from the Simpsons movie, all the pitchforks and it's like he said something bad about Kyle Kowinski.
We must kill them. Yeah, go fuck yourselves. You literally live in your fucking mom's basement, and you would not get laid even if you were literally looking like Kyle Kowinski. You still couldn't get fucking laid. So all you are fucking ugly and probably fucking single, and you're probably incels anyway because you can't get anyone to fuck you. Well, sad for you. Go fuck yourself. I have someone I fuck every day. Sorry that fucking hurt your little fucking feelings, your little snowflake feelings. Go fuck yourselves. Fucking incels. No wonder no one will fuck you.
That's all she wrote for this week. I mean, I thank everybody for checking out the show.
So, Angel, do you have that Pro Wrestling Talk episode uploaded yet or not?
Which one?
No, I mean, I could probably do that later because I've been kind of busy. But yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, the newest one, I guess he's referring to. Because I thought everybody was there, unless.
All right, there we go. Now my chat's back.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. As of now, our plan is to do the Sunday Pro Wrestling Talk at 7.
Mm-hmm.
If we have power and
if we have power.
Yeah, because right now I'm concerned that we maybe won't, especially if the freezing rain gets bad enough.
And I hopefully we will have power on Sunday, please.
Yeah. So are you going to be able to do the show, Alex, or are you going watching the games on Sunday?
No, the Broncos and Patriots game is on first. I don't think I think I could still do the show. I mean, the games aren't super important.
Okay.
So Yeah.
I mean, my dad
Okay,
went
yeah.
to
I'm just-
the store yesterday, and literally it was packed with people. Like you can't even imagine that it was. I mean, it was just a local Walmart too.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So yeah,
Well, yeah, Super Bowl it makes like Super Bowl Sunday, which it isn't, another 2 weeks away. But
Yeah.
like people are really, yeah. It's also because of the snowstorm too, so
I
they're
know.
trying to get everything they need.
Next Sunday, NASCAR season returns. It's a
oh
pre-race.
boy, not to Dover because Dover's gonna get hit with a whole bunch of snow.
Yeah, it's a pre.
Yeah.
It's a preseason race, and then a couple weeks later it's the Daytona 500. Indy, if you're here, hopefully you'll be watching the Daytona 500 again because that was fun when we did it last year.
Yeah, you too, Sean, and thank you. Yeah, everybody stay safe. If unfortunately, if you're like me and Angel, where we're in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, respectfully, literally our governors have all called a state of emergency because we're gonna get pummeled.
Yeah, that's why it's like we got to get all the food we need for the next at least 2 or 3 days.
That's
so
why I
don't
told my
think we're
dad,
going
you make sure
anywhere.
we have toilet paper, we have all this stuff.
Yeah.
We don't have. Well, I have candles, but then we have very sensitive smoke alarms, right? So
Yeah.
but
Yeah, well,
hopefully we'll have like
I
battery
make
powered
sure-
heaters or something.
Yeah, my mom got candles too. It's like you never know, I don't think. Hopefully, we don't lose power, but if we do, we have to get candles.
Well,
yeah.
I'm a witch, so I have to have candles, right?
Yeah. There you go.
It goes with the territory.
All right, everyone. So if you're in any of those states that Witchy said declared a state of emergency, stay safe, stay inside. It's like 11 or 12 different states there.
17.
Make sure you
17.
It's 17.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, make sure you stay warm. When you dig out your cars and houses, be careful because a lot of ice out there, I'm sure. And then if we still have power, we'll see you Sunday for Pro Wrestling Talk at 7. If not, save it for next Saturday because nothing I can do past that, So I'm going to be busy throughout the week too. So
yeah.
Other than that, be safe. God bless. Thank you for Alex and Witchy for joining me for the next couple hours. Also want to say make sure you check out INN in general. Next week I'm sure we'll have a lot of shows unless the power being killed, ruins it because I know a lot of us live in the Northeast. I do. Indy does. Reef lives in Florida. I don't think he has to worry about anything. Colin lives in DC. So a lot of us are like in that Northeast area. So.
DC also called a state of emergency.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so it might be tough to do shows next week if we all lose power. Hopefully we won't. Don't have to worry if we do. Be safe. I'll see you guys on the other side. Have a nice weekend.